Like, yo, this is a perfect example of what I mean when I say women write checks that they can't cash.
Yeah.
Right? Like, a girl will be, like, when you account for everything, age, background, all this shit, she'll be like a 6 when you take the totality of the circumstances. Her image, her age, her bringing in a child, her, etc., all these things, right? She'll be like a 6. And then she'll want a guy that's like a 9. And she'll expect that guy to only be with her. Like, yo, delusion. But again, what was the example I gave y'all before? If you gotten everything that you ever wanted in life from the opposite gender for nothing more than existing, you would be delusional too. Like, we can't be too mad at her. We can't be too mad at these types of women that are IG influencers and can't find a guy. Like, they literally don't know any better. Life has been on easy mode. They literally has been on easy mode for years. For the better part of 10 to 15 years, her life has been on easy mode. But now, right, the chickens have come to roost. The wall is here. And it's very difficult for women to swallow that pill. They either accept it and lower their standards, right? Or they say, no, I'm not settling. And then they just live a life of perpetual singlehood, which is where a lot of modern day women are going to be. And I gave a very dark prediction on this. It's on my Instagram. But I predict in the next 10 to 20 years, right? Well, between the next 10 to 30 years, right? You're going to see an influx of females on antidepressant medication, on anti-anxiety medication that are literally like going to be fucked up mentally because the amount of attention that they get from the opposite gender has been exacerbated thanks to the internet. And once that attention starts to fade because you got a new set of girls that are hot, that are on Instagram, etc., it's going to mess with their psyche.
Yeah.
It's literally going to mess with their psyche.
There's a term for these women that are no longer I want to say the appeal of the current times. They're called the invisible women.
Yeah.
It's real. What's the model that was older that was saying, oh, guys don't look at me anymore because I'm not in the limelight
and
anymore.
And she didn't even get a fraction of the attention that a lot of these girls are getting now. She was a Playboy model. Like, she had gotten some attention. She was dating a rock star.
Yeah.
Right? And she was famous, right, back in the 80s and 70s, I think. And then now she's like 50 or 60 and no one notices her. She's constantly on her Instagram crying and tears and shit because this is a woman that grew up very beautiful, got everything she wanted, got older. She doesn't get the same amount of attention, and she's literally losing her mind. And bro, she pales in comparison when it comes to commanding attention that some of these girls are getting on Instagram now. Bro, we're talking about 18-year-olds that have 200,000 followers on Instagram. Do you know what
Corrupted.
type of, like, do you get like how that messes with your psyche when you get all these things given to you and then all of a sudden it's like take it from you like in an instant, 20, 30 years from now, bam, gone. You're no longer, people don't care about you no more.
Those
like,
constant
gone.
dopamine hits are addictive. And to stop at a certain age, you're like, wait, what's going on? So then what do you have to do? Go crazy for more attention. You got to do the extreme.
Some of y'all, right, that are watching the show have an addiction to corn, if you know what I'm saying. Starts with a P. Porn. Right? And imagine that you have this addiction and then it just gets ripped from you, right? And you don't like slowly, ease yourself off, wean off, whatever. Guys, for a lot of women, Instagram is the functional equivalent to corn for men that are addicted. Telling y'all, bro. And here's the other scary part. A lot of these girls, like if their Instagram got deactivated or whatever, they're not even making money on it. They'll lose their mind. They'll literally lose their mind.
I think now as well, you got to add in TikTok because it gives them the everyday update of feminism, how they should be, what they shouldn't tolerate. Dude, it's scary because it's a whole religion on TikTok. It's like girls go on that app, they look for girls that are kind of like them. Oh, girl, do this, do that. And it's like, these girls are not even, I want to say the best person to give them advice about relationship because them themselves are single. So it's crazy.
And that's why like these tradcons like don't get it. Like they get angry at us like, oh, you're like promoting people being degenerates, blah, 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 blah. And like, listen, man, with Instagram, with TikTok, with social media, etc., women always reserve the right to regress back to feminism, socialism, all these ideals that had destroyed the family. Girls will go back to that if they're no longer happy in a relationship. Wake up. They will go ahead and sell you the tradcon dream. I'm a good Christian woman. And then as soon as things piss her off, she back on TikTok talking about I'm going to break up all the single ladies. She going to be listening to Beyonce all of a sudden. Like, bro. And here's the thing. Nothing is stopping her from switching up on you, right? Giving you divorce paperwork thanks to the no-fault divorce. You lose the home, you lose the kid, you lose the money, you got to pay alimony. Why? Because she got changed, because she decided to be on TikTok or Instagram. And what are they telling girls? Yo, you need to be happy in your relationship. You need to find the best guy. Girl, if you're not happy, leave him. We have an entire industry created to tell women to stay perpetually single, to not to divorce, etc. There's a market, there's an economy on this, guys. There's divorce lawyers out there that are making a bag off of this. You're telling me that your traditional conservative woman isn't going to change her mind as soon as she's not happy anymore? Women don't marry for duty anymore. They marry for their personal happiness and to have the title of wife, but they don't want to be a fucking wife. So what are you going to do? You need to acclimate yourself to the new dating marketplace. And that's what all these guys that want to go ahead and try to bash us and say that we're toxic alpha males, telling guys to hook up with 50 girls, blah, blah, blah. Y'all don't live in reality. And that's why I will destroy every single one of y'all in a debate. Because when you look at the numbers, you look at the statistics, you look at dating apps, you look at marriage statistics, you look at divorce statistics, you look at alimony, you look at all these numbers, there's only one conclusion you can come to. Most women don't like most men. Most women's standards are not necessarily attainable for their level of sexual market value. And most girls can't cash out the checks that they're trying to write. So what I'm saying is this: men need to adapt. The social conventions that were in place before that kept men safe from being divorce raped are gone. Religion, shame, the church, the mosque, all these things, they're gone. Women can do whatever they want nowadays, and that's fine. I'm not sitting here saying, oh, women shouldn't have any rights, blah, 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 blah. But what I am saying is that they're equal to you now. And since they're equal to you, they have every single incentive to leave you, take your money, and find the next guy because they have more leverage than you do within the confinements of a marriage. So wake the fuck up. Understand that times have changed. God ain't going to save you. You know what's going to save you? Your knowledge. Okay? Because girls reserve the right at any time to say, you know what? I'm atheist now. Here's the divorce paperwork. Bye. Money gone, children gone, house gone, alimony being paid, and guys are absolutely sitting there destitute because they believed in the dream of, let me be a traditional conservative.
We were on Timcast last week, and we debated TriCon. He made the argument with Tim saying, okay, what if she's religious? Raised in a church girl, has some principles. Isn't that safe enough? And we made the argument, listen, we get it. However, social media, TikTok, Instagram, she could be in Bucktown, Wyoming or Idaho, safe and sound over there, where the culture is not that, I wouldn't say perverted. But at the same time, her phone, the access she has on her phone is limitless. So once again, you get her pissed off, you turn her off in certain ways, you don't do what you're supposed to do as a man. She says, you know what? I'm going to go online and de-stress, goes to TikTok, goes to Instagram, sees better options than you. So it's a matter of time, and then divorce comes along, and then what do you do? So Myron's right, man. On some level, guys, understand how you enter that relationship will determine how it ends. And if you don't, I want to say, have a beginning safeguard of, you know what, avoid marriage in certain aspects, because the cultural marriage that we know of today is regarding governments. It can mess you up. Versus in a church or getting married, in a different country, you're pretty much safe. But in the sense of getting married contractually with the government, you're screwed. So it sucks.
We're one of the few podcasts that are popular that have a platform that's fighting back against the machine that is the divorce machine that will absolutely destroy you. And so many guys don't understand. Why? Because you had sex with two girls and you bought into the facade that she's a good Christian woman. She's a good Muslim woman. No religion is going to save you, bro.
Yeah.
No religion is going to save you because the internet and the reach and the amount of access that women have on their phones is literally ridiculous. And the reason why I'm speaking this way and I'm trying to warn you guys is because I've seen a woman's phone before. If you guys saw the unprecedented reach that a mildly attractive woman has, y'all would never, ever take most of these girls serious. You would be the same way we would be. You would be screening these girls. You'd be putting them through the ringer as far as you want to be my girl. You got to comply with certain commands. You would have crazy boundaries to deal with all the BS. I wish I didn't have to tell y'all to screen a woman out for 6 months to a year. I wish I didn't have to tell y'all that your girl shouldn't be posting sexy photos of herself on the internet. I wish I didn't have to tell y'all that, yo, you need to limit her access to her guy friends, etc. But I put all these things in place to put you guys in the best position where you're going to mitigate risk and keep yourself from being absolutely destroyed and getting your heart broken.
Yeah.
Because I know how men are. I know men love women for real. And some of y'all have put yourselves in really bad positions, whether you were you got attacked, someone attacked you, you went to jail, you were a victim, you might have done something stupid because you loved a girl, whatever. I know what guys will do and the lengths they'll go to when they really care about a woman. So what I'm saying is this: if you're gonna get to that level where you're gonna care about a woman like that, where she can absolutely destroy your life, you better know what the hell you're getting in with. But most of y'all don't have a clue. That's why you come and find content like us. That's why you find Roll Tomas. You find Fresh and Fit. You find a Donovan Sharp. You find a Modern Life Dating. You find these guys. Why? Because you're looking for answers, and it's not there. It's not out there. It's hard to find this stuff. Thank God the podcast blew up, and you guys are able to find us, and we're able to keep you guys from hurting yourselves. But at the end of the day, we're still like a minute portion of the population. Most guys don't know this stuff. And worse yet, if you do know this stuff and you say anything about it, whoa, silence that guy, fire him, HR, misogynist, toxic, blah, blah, blah. Guys, we got demonetized for this shit. That's the truth. We got demonetized for telling y'all the truth about how the world really works when it comes to dating. We're on the brink of cancellation. But hey, it is what it is. We got, telling the truth comes at a cost sometimes.